WNDS Sports presents Candlepin Stars and Strikes, featuring the best candlepin bowlers from all over New England. And now in our 15th season, your hosts for Candlepin Stars and Strikes, Dick Lutz and Mike Moore.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV from Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. Dick Lutz with Mike Moore. It is week 2 of our mixed doubles competition. Last week, the seeds held true to form.
They did indeed, and there's still lots of great bowling ahead. As we mentioned last week, Tom Morgan and his partner, Mike Morgan, and his partner standing by as seeds 1 and 2. But, of course, you've got to get past the 4 bowlers today who will duke it out and see who wins the money to advance next week.
Last week, our number 4 seed, Joe Tavernese and Debbie Scannell, eliminated the 5th seeded team of Jim Sullivan and Lynn Perrin. And this week, they move up the ladder and take on the 3rd seed. Let's meet our bowlers this afternoon. First, the number 4 seed winners last week. From Lynn, Massachusetts, it's Joe Tavernese and his partner, Debbie Scannell from Beverly.
Debbie Scannell out of Beverly, average of 118. Her high single is 199. High triple is 437. She bowls at the Metro Bowl in Peabody, and that happens to be where Joe Tavernese manages. And that's, of course, his home bowling center. Joe Tavernese, 125 average. High single is 207. Triple, 484.
And they won last week by a score of 366 to 313 over Jim Sullivan and Lynn Perrin. And this week they meet the 3rd seeded team of Paul St Pierre and Deb Regan, both from Manchester, New Hampshire.
They are indeed. Deb Regan coming in with a season average of 120. Her high single is 191. High triple, 439. Exeter Lanes, her home bowling center. And Paul St Pierre, also out of Manchester, a 125 league average. High single, 193. Triple, 476. And here's a man who really loves bowling. 3 home centers: King Lanes, Exeter Lanes, and Park Place in Wyndham.
It's a Scotch doubles format. They'll bowl 2 boxes at a time. If the bowler makes a mark in the 2nd frame, the partner will fill the mark next time up. $825 in the triple strike jackpot. Almost made it last week. $40 in the bonus ball contest. Let's get right to it. It's mixed doubles competition on Candlepin Stars and Strikes from Leda Lanes in Nashua. We'll get to this afternoon's match when we come back right after this break.
Only the Butterfly Place brings you into the world of the butterfly. Only the Butterfly Place lets you walk indoors among hundreds of live butterflies. Only the Butterfly Place is this much fun. Only the Butterfly Place. Only the Butterfly Place brings you into the world of the butterfly. Only the Butterfly Place lets you walk indoors among hundreds of live butterflies. Only the Butterfly Place is this much fun. Only the Butterfly Place.
My name is Joe Terrazzano, and I would like to introduce you to Haverhill Beef Company. Located at 117 Merrimack Street in the heart of downtown Haverhill, we are that old-fashioned, big on personal service meat store. We carry all USDA choice beef, grade A poultry, pork, lamb, and veal. We have a full line of marinated beef, pork, poultry, and lamb. Once you try any of Haverhill Beef Company's products, you'll know why we say the quality you deserve doesn't cost more.
With me for a little while, I'm all dressed up with a swirling smile. My giggly, tingly, hippity, hoppity, flippity, floppity smile. We're gonna laugh all day, we'll fly through the air. This is anything you can do now when you're wet. Your giggly, tingly, hippity, hoppity, bippity, boppity smile. See you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. We're all dressed up with a swirling smile. Storyland, Glen, New Hampshire, bring your smile.
There's an advanced medical procedure going on here at this clinic. It's called microsurgical hair transplantation. If you're a man or a woman suffering from a hair loss problem, now you can receive free information and find out about the medical procedures available for hair loss that may grow your own hair back. This is an actual client who's had microsurgery. This is his own real growing hair. Under the direction of a medical doctor, microsurgical hair transplantation allows us to literally transplant your own hair to other balding or thinning areas. Microsurgical hair transplantation may be the answer for you. Find out by calling for free information now.
Do something now. Take the first step and call New England Associates for free information on the medical and non-medical solutions available. Call now.
Teams as we began our mixed doubles competition 1 week ago with the 5th seeded team of Sullivan and Perrin being defeated by Tavernese and Scannell. Now up the ladder we go, and it's number 4 taking on number 3 with St Pierre and Regan, the 3rd seeded team. And starting us off is Debbie Scannell, first to bowl here this afternoon. Her partner Joe Tavernese taking on Paul St Pierre and Deb Regan in this afternoon's match. The bowlers select who will go first in the first match, and the order will remain the same through the first 2 strings, and in the 3rd string they can change if they wish.
Which gives them the option if one bowler has a hot hand to give that bowler an opportunity to be the bowl out or 10th frame bowler, because you get that extra bonus frame with a mark. So I guess that's the thinking behind that.
And
little strategy planning.
Debbie Scannell starts off the same way she did last week with a spare in the first frame. This one's off the head pin, but she still gets 6. A little excitement last week with the triple strike jackpot.
Wow.
Almost converted. 2 strikes and a 9. Not converting this time, but almost. Great crowd on hand at Leda Lanes. We have been blessed with wonderful crowds.
We have.
10
And
box, 26.
wonderful weather on days that we tape. We are in the middle of December as we tape this program and have yet to see any snow.
Which is good for us and not so good for the skiers. But they are making snow as we speak.
They are, so don't feel too badly for them.
Deb Regan. We have a Deb and a Debbie. Almost converting. Tell you a little bit about Deb Regan from Manchester, bowls at the Exeter Lanes. She starts out with a 10. Been bowling for 15 years. And she works as a hairdresser at the Debutante in Epping.
Which is owned by her daughters, by the way.
Single mom of 3 children, Kelly, Jeffrey, and Lonnie. And she works with her daughters who own the beauty shop. She once owned it, but sold it to the kids, and she loves working with them, she says. Now she goes after the spare and cannot convert.
The nice thing is she gets to go to work and ply her trade, but she gets to go home and not have to worry about the phone calls and the problems and things.
And has an average of 120, a high single of 191, a high triple of 439. And she'll take a 9 box.
What a nice style she has.
Quick 7-pin lead for the team of Scannell and Tavernese, and Joe Tavernese steps to the line. Joe, 44 years old, as Mike mentioned, the manager of the Metro Bowl in Lynn, Massachusetts, where he lives. In Peabody, he lives in Lynn. Been bowling 38 years. And he'll miss the spare. He's married to Sharon. They have a daughter, Jolene, who's a college student, and a son, Joe, and listed as hobbies, all he does is bowl. When you manage a bowling alley and you bowl professionally, there's little time for anything else.
That's one of the reasons we don't see him on singles too often. He's busy running things on the weekends at his bowling center when we hold our roll-offs here at Leda Lanes in Nashua.
Roll-offs are ongoing, by the way. You may want to call Leda Lanes and find out more about it. Find out when the next roll-off is taking place. It's 603-889-4884, 889-4884. Ray Simoneau, Sean Howard, or any of the other staff people here at Leda Lanes will be happy to fill you in on all the details as to when the next roll-off is scheduled, and we may see your shining face on Candlepin Stars and Strikes down the road.
We'll be back to singles on January 24th, which is just a couple of weeks away.
That's an auspicious debut for Paul St Pierre. His first ball right in the pocket, and a strike. Looking for 2 in a row to start out. Had Deb Regan out of her seat, didn't he?
It did indeed. She would have been the go-to person, though. She would have had to pick up that third strike for the $825 pool that's been accumulating, it seems, forever.
2 marks in a row for Paul St Pierre to start out. Here's Deb Scannell. Debbie leaves a spare opportunity for herself right here. And throws it through. Just missed it.
Debbie Scannell was the WCBC Pro Bowler of the Year in the 1986-87 season and Rookie of the Year in 1983-84, and she's got a fine list of credentials.
And I don't think we mentioned that she's the assistant ladies coordinator at Endicott College, and she heads up the various building projects at the school.
Did you notice what her hobbies are?
Well, you had down creative writing and reading, and she told me that she's also a very avid golfer. And she's also a shot maker when it comes to candlepin bowling.
She is. She's won 5 pro tournaments. Only 7 other bowlers in the history of the game have done more than that.
And she has a successful track record on mixed doubles on WNDS. 3 years ago with Jack Ray, 2 years ago with Mike Morgan. Just missing the head pin is Deb Regan. And an 8 box. A 61.5 for the team of St Pierre and Regan. And an early 8-pin lead box to box, but they're up against a spare in the 6th frame. Nice smooth delivery. But a split remains. The 4 and 7 on the left side, the 6 and 10 on the right side with some wood on the deck.
We were talking about naming various pin configurations last week. That's the double pinochle. Look at that.
And it's gone. Matching the spare in the 6th frame, registered by Debbie Scannell. Now Joe Tavernese will fill the Scannell mark in frame number 7. Threw it past the head pin, takes a half Worcester.
Got up to the line before the ball, didn't he? Had to overcompensate by throwing it to the left for only a 2 fill.
And one more. And a terrific 10 box for Joe Tavernese.
It would have taken me at least 3 more shots to get those pins down, but he cleaned them all out there with 1 shot.
You have never responded to the challenge that I issued to you on New Hampshire Crossroads with John Clayton. As Joe Tavernese puts a strike on the board in the 8th frame.
I've been advised by my attorneys to let my agent respond to the charges.
It was nice of John to mention us in his column a few weeks back after taping the New Hampshire Crossroads show, which appeared on Channel 11 the week of Christmas. And another mark for Paul St Pierre. All he's done in the 3 boxes that he's rolled is throw 3 marks, a strike and 2 spares. Wobbling. Still wobbling.
Well, he's been on WNDS 20 times. Of course, not over the last couple seasons since we've been here, but I imagine we're going to see him again on singles.
That's a $50 spare, by the way. $50 in bonus money for the team of St Pierre and Regan. Debbie Scannell missing the head pin, but leaving a spare opportunity with the 1, 2, and the 4. Missed the head pin. Puts a 9 in the strike. And a 9 box for 103 with a box remaining. 3 marks in the first string for Tavernese and Scannell. 5 marks already recorded in the first string for St Pierre and Regan. That's right in the pocket, and it's a strike.
Well, if she can put a couple more in there, we'll give her and Joe a check for $825.
That'd be nice.
They almost did it last week, but she's got to do it on her own here. She'll fill out the next 2 throws here.
On the head pin, but too solidly on the head pin. They are at 118. $122 first string for Scannell and Tavernese. Now Deb Regan will fill the spare. A little thin on the head pin, and she'll put 7 in the spare. With some wood, that could help.
Now missed the object pin, which was the 2. The 2 and the 10 remain.
They're at 120. 121 with a box to go. That's in the pocket. The 5 and the 7 remain with some wood.
Some good wood.
Checking back with Paul St Pierre for some sage wisdom. And a spare for Deb Scannell, or Deb Regan. It's confusing with 2 Debs, well, Deb and a Debbie.
We have more Debs to come next week, Dick. We have Deb Deroser as Mike Morgan's partner. All Debs all the time here on Candlepin Stars and Strikes.
And I go home to the beautiful Deborah every night.
And she is lovely. Met her at the WNDS Christmas party. She is a classy woman.
A 5 in the spare. And a 136 first string for the team of St Pierre and Regan. A 14-pin lead heading to string number 2. Mixed doubles continue on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV.
Style, performance, and service. These are just some of the family values at the Thompson family of dealerships. With not 1, not 2, but 3 big lots in one convenient location. You get more cars, more choice, and more value for your money. So if you're looking for a new or used car and you want the best range and service in New England, come to Nashua Mitsubishi, Nashua Hyundai, and McMulkin Chevrolet. The Thompson family of dealerships at Nashua. Park is the one for family fun.
The excitement out for the fun. Whalum Park, it's for everyone.
We spent the entire day riding the rides instead of waiting in long lines.
Hassle-free family fun.
Les Aramauer from Boston.
Great for the family, it's one of a kind. Whalum Park, for a whale of a time.
Shop Northeast. Get a trike-or-trike conversion for your motorcycle that gives you better handling, a larger fuel tank for longer range, and storage for luggage and valuables. An Ultimate Goldwing with independent rear suspension has better cornering and a luxury ride. Conversions for the Honda Valkyrie and Harley Davidson are now available. If you have a disability, 3 wheels mean you don't ever have to pick up a heavy bike. Experience the excitement of a trike. If you love to ride, come and see why trikes are becoming the rage at the Trike Shop Northeast, Route 28, Wyndham, New Hampshire.
Hi,
I'm Trooper Clifford Cars with the New Hampshire State Police.
And I'm Sergeant Scar White of the Massachusetts State Police.
Our uniforms and cruisers may be different, but our goal is the same. That is to protect you.
We try to educate and enforce, but there are people out there that still don't get it.
We know because people are still dying. If you don't believe us, come right along with us someday.
The results might save your life, because drinking and driving will eventually teach you about one thing: death.
Joe Tavernese ready to start string number 2 in this match between the team of Joe Tavernese and Debbie Scannell, taking on Paul St Pierre and Deb Regan. Tavernese starts out the second string with a pocket shot, leaving 1. A 14-pin lead for Regan and St Pierre, 136 to 122. Tavernese will miss the spare.
Brings a collective sigh from our large gallery today.
I'm told by Leda Lane's manager, Sean Howard, that on taping days, when we begin around 10 o'clock in the morning, the crowd starts arriving at Leda Lane in the vicinity of 7 o'clock in the morning.
7 o'clock?
They want to get a good seat.
I'm rolling out of the sack at about 5 to 10 here. Wow.
Tavernese played the wood and made the shot. Well, he missed the easy one in the first frame, the single pin, and then he deflected, used the wood. That's the old Candlepin dead wood adage. Throw it down there and see what happens. Now Paul St Pierre. You never know. With the wood on the deck in Candlepin bowling, it's what makes it such a great game, because
really
anything can happen.
But it can also work against you a lot of times.
As it usually does with me.
Yeah, and me. It's nice to see this newfound humility about your game that was missing on the New Hampshire Crossroads interview.
Oh, I don't take back anything I said on that. I'm waiting for my shot at you. That'll be a 10 box for Paul St Pierre to start out. Paul is a tool and die maker at New Hampshire Stamping in Goffstown. He's married and has been with Maureen for 23 years. They have 3 daughters: Jessica, 22, Amanda, 19, and Nicole, 13. And he loves to play golf, and he's been playing a lot of golf in December in New Hampshire, as have a lot of people in the Northeast. With the great warm weather we had and the late snow, a lot of people took advantage of that in early December, and they were playing a lot of golf. That'll be a 9 box for Paul. He starts out with a 19. And now Debbie Scannell will fill Joe Taverny's spare. She'll fill it with a strike.
That was an instant strike, or a hammer.
They all went down. Watch this again. Boom, gone.
Wow.
Now is off the head pin, but she still has another shot and some wood in the back that'll help.
Debbie's high single is 199, and I'm happy to report just recently in December, a new world record set on the WCBC for women, a 202 game. Bowled on the tour at Park Place Lanes by Glennis Hickey. That breaks a record that's about 18 years old, as we have some wood that needs to be removed. Previously held by Shelley Pedswick. Only 182. I was surprised when I did a little checking that the record high, at least on tour, had been that low. She did it 1980 in Walpole.
Oh, 182 is not too shabby.
Oh, no, I've never come close to that. But Glennis Hickey shattering that 18-year record with a 202 on December 7th. Congratulations to her.
Deb Regan, spread eagle right through the middle. 202 is incomprehensible to me.
Oh, it is. Not much room for error in that kind of a game.
Here's Deb Regan, a good shot on the spread eagle, taking down the left side.
There have been 200 games bowled by women, but this is a sanctioned figure in the tournament.
Nice 10 box for Deb Regan. methodically taking out the 3 on the left and the 3 on the right. Looking for the first mark in the second string for the team of St Pierre and Regan. Again, a spread eagle right through the middle. It's a game of inches or millimeters. The difference between a spread eagle and a solid pocket shot is not very much. This time 2 on the left. And it'll be a 6 box for Deb Regan as we go to the break.
At the score is wrong. I'm going to fix it during the break.
We'll fix the score and bring you up to date when we come back to Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. It's Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV.
Toyota's Great Summer Sales Event, where you could get a Tacoma 4x4, get cash back, and save up to $3,400. Or you could lease a Tacoma now for only $199 a month. And it's a great time to make your best deal in a Tundra, Toyota's all-new full-size 4-door V8 pickup. Now's the time to see your New England Toyota dealer.
It's a great time for driving a new Toyota, and here comes the one.
But hurry, the Great Summer Sales Event ends August 2nd.
You know, I just wanted to look normal. I didn't want to stand out for any reason, and definitely not because of hair loss.
If you're a woman with thinning hair or hair loss, now there is an answer. Call the toll-free number on your screen now for free information on the hair systems for women that can change the way you feel about yourself.
Female pattern baldness runs in my family. I got so bad where I didn't want to even go out of the house.
I felt like I was the only person in the world that had this problem. And lo and behold, I'm not.
I had tried other things in the past, and nothing was as good as what I have now. This is the best.
Now there are permanent, natural-looking solutions that can give you beautiful hair.
This feels like my own hair. Just exactly like my own hair.
I feel like a beautiful woman today.
And you can too. By calling New England Associates, you can receive free information on hair systems for women.
The road is not silent. For 26 miles, it shouts. Give up. Give up. But it's not the road I'm listening to. The 1999 Special Olympics World Games.
There's a few things you have to do to get to the Oval Office. One is visit New Hampshire. And when the candidates come to New Hampshire, who talks to them first? WNDS News Now. WNDS News Now is there for the latest breaking events in the presidential primary without all the fluff and hype. Just information the way you want it. Unbiased, concise, and relevant. Information you need to make an educated decision in the presidential primary and on into the presidential election. WNDS, watched in more homes than any other New Hampshire station.
Ready to go with Joe Tavernese set to begin here at Leda Lanes. He'll be bowling in the 5th frame of the second string. The scoreboard has been adjusted and corrected. We'll show it to you as Joe bowls. We had the correct score, but we had him assigned to the wrong teams. Now Tavernese on the head pin.
That's exactly what happened. I was just plugging along here.
And as I am wont to do, I followed your lead. I haven't learned yet.
We'll switch seats some week, and you can see, well, this isn't brain surgery, but, you know, you get talking, you get thinking about other stuff, and you don't notice.
There's the correct score right now.
Our apologies for totally confusing everybody for the first 4 frames.
Well, the scores were correct. Well, the only thing it did electronically is it threw the total scores off and the match lead scores off. Strike for Tavernese. In the 6th frame, he buries it. That one's on the Brooklyn side. Great pin action and a strike for Joe Tavernese. Now Paul St Pierre. He's right on the head pin. That 9 pin just won't go over. It does everything but fall.
Yeah, I think
it's still wobbling.
I think that pin is okay.
Well, Chris Beauvair's going down to check it.
I can see the deadwood line here on the reflection.
No, he moved it out.
Apparently not. Okay.
It's the 6-9 and a spare. An important spare for the team of St Pierre and Regan. And he fills it with a spread eagle.
And he knew it was coming. Threw his hands up. Right through the nose.
Well, he and his partner have done that a few times. Taking 3 on the right. And 2 on the left in a 9 box. 58 through 6 for St Pierre and Regan. And now Scannell and Tavernese working on a strike. Debbie Scannell will fill the Joe Tavernese strike right here. Almost the spread eagle, busting it up on the right side.
Debbie rated number 30, the WCBC last year. But she has been bowler of the year and rookie of the year, one of the all-time winning lady professionals.
And she'll take an 8 box. That time breaking up the split again, leaving a spare opportunity and a chance to narrow the gap in the match. Right there with the spare.
Making up some lost ground from the first match.
Well, they were down by 14 after the first match. Now they're ahead. And depending on what Deb Regan does in these next 2 boxes, she needs a mark to stay relatively even. And the wood is not friendly down there. It's angled in a very difficult way.
10 pin could stand here.
Well, it's the 4 pin, or the 6 pin that still stands.
On first blush, it looked like it would be an easy shot, but the wood just didn't sit right.
And it'll be a 9 box for Deb Regan. Up against the spare now. Grab the pocket, a little thin in the pocket, leaving a tough spare.
Wood will not be of any use here. Sidewalls will, however. The 2, 7, and the 8. The sleeper pins.
She will be open in the 8th frame. .76 through 8 for Regan and St Pierre.
Now for the 3rd string, the bowlers will determine how they'd like to have the order changed or remain the same to determine which bowler will actually be finishing in the 10th frame. Big bat split on lane 34. It's 3 in the 4 pin.
In the 10th on lane 33, Joe Tavernese going to the Brooklyn side, a thin hit. It's the 3, 5, and the 6. Some wood working its way over, but should have no bearing on the shot. He'll go right at it.
Well, they've taken back all the 14 pins they were down, and they've gone ahead here in the second string. $9, a 123 in the second string for Tavernese and Scannell. 245, 122 in the first string, 123 in the second string. Now St Pierre needs a mark to make it close. Punched it right through. Looked good from here. As it left his hand, I thought he had it.
An inch either way, and he would have had it.
And he'll take an 8-box, 84 through 8. They need a mark to break 100. And it's not going to come easy. The 2, 4, 7 on the left, the 6 and 10 on the right. Almost pulled it off.
Yeah, that's a head scratcher, Paul. I agree. Looked pretty good. Only the 10 remains.
It'll be a 94 second string and a 2-string total of 230, a 15-pin lead for Scannell and Tavernese going to the final string of this mixed doubles match on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV.
Style, performance, and service. These are just some of the family values at the Thompson family of dealerships. With not 1, not 2, but 3 big lots in one convenient location. You get more cars, more choice, and more value for your money. So if you're looking for a new or used car and you want the best range and service in New England, come to Nashua Mitsubishi, Nashua Hyundai, and McMulkin Chevrolet. The Thompson family of dealerships at Nashua.
If you want your car to pass this daily test, come to a place with a track record of great service, low prices, and nationwide warranties. Come to Meineke.
At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
Get to the bottom of your muffler problem. Save big during the muffler sale at Meineke.
For a limited time, get 25% off lifetime mufflers at Meineke. At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
If they ruined your world, forced your people into slavery, tortured you, you'd pray for a hero too.
But you gotta take what you can get.
And we're okay.
Let's rock. Who wants some?
Hi, I'm Trooper Clifford Cars with the New Hampshire State Police.
And I'm Sergeant Scar White of the Massachusetts State Police.
Our uniforms and cruisers may be different, but our goal is the same. That is to protect you.
We try to educate and enforce, but there are people out there that still don't get it.
We know because people are still dying. If you don't believe us, come right along with us someday.
The results might save your life, because drinking and driving will eventually teach you about one thing: death.
Joe Tavernese will be the first bowler in the third string. The team of Tavernese and Scannell leading the team of Regan and St Pierre by 15 pins going into the final string.
The teams have elected to have the men lead off and subsequently finish the match in the 10th frame as well. That's why you don't see the women up first here in this third string.
Tavernese and Scannell trailed by 14 after 1, and they're up by 15 after 2.
29 pin swing going from match number 1 to 2.
Almost making the spare, but the 7 pin still stands. 10 box for Tavernese to start out. The winner will climb the ladder and meet the third-seeded team next week. Or the second-seeded team next week, I should say. Deb Deroser and Mike Morgan.
Didn't we see the Morgans in the last ladder as well? Of course, it was singles.
Yeah.
They faced each other, and Tom beat brother Mike for the first time ever. Now they could be facing each other under different circumstances.
Tom Morgan and Peggy Tosi are the top-seeded team. Tavernese starts out with 18. The door open for Regan and St Pierre. Paul Regan will be first to bowl in the third string. A 9-pin drop. Paul averages 125, a high single 193, a high triple 476, a 625 in the roll-off. Deb Regan had a 553 in her roll-off to match up with Paul as the third-seeded team.
Pin is still moving on the deck. There you go. And he'll wait for it. It's just enough of a critical angle that you want to make sure it's settled down. And it just keeps moving. It appears to be in perpetual motion. How does that happen? It just keeps going.
You would think that it would stop eventually. Here it comes, and there it goes.
Well, there is no 25-second time clock in this game, so you wait till the pin stops.
Filling the spare. Our WNDS TV crew working here at Leda Lanes, making it all possible for you. Our director, Larry Taylor, working on audio is Kevin LaFawn. A spare missed by St Pierre. The tape machine manned by Dave McCarthy. Lisa Laws on graphics. Paul Hunter running the video machine. And our camera crew of Bob Dole, Steve Dudani, and Gary Van Nordwick here at Leda Lanes, making it all possible for you to watch Candlepin Stars and Strikes each and every week on WNDS TV.
That was a very nice 310 conversion on the third ball for Mr. St Pierre.
Deb Scannell with a good drop. A spare opportunity for Debbie on the left side with the 4 and the 7. And she converts. First mark of the third string for the Taverny Scannell team. There have right on the head pin, 9 pins go. We've given away $50 in bonus money in this match. And it was St Pierre and Regan winning it in the first string. No bonus money in the second string. And this will be a second spare in a row for Debbie Scannell. Putting the pressure on. Now Deb Regan needs to answer. Right on the head pin. But not a good break. Leaving a split.
3-4 and the 6. Wood behind 2 pins on the right-hand side. Really too helpful.
She will be open in the third frame, which will enable Scannell and Tavernese to increase their lead. It's a 9 box. And up against another spare in the fourth frame. Deb Regan needs to mark here. Threw it past the head pin.
Another right to left type approach, much as Lynn Perrin. Perhaps not as much break on her ball as Lynn Perrin, who you saw last week. But when it gets away, it gets away.
Great shot. Will it go? Yes, it will. Big spare for Deb Regan in the fourth frame as we go to the break. With Tavernese and Scannell in the lead, heading down the home stretch. Candlepin Stars and Strikes continues from Leda Lanes in Nashua on WNDS TV.
th Annual Christmas and July Sale at Darrell's Music Hall. Now until the end of the month, you'll find holiday savings on all of our top quality pianos and organs. Names like Yamaha, Kohler & Campbell, and Samick. We have a huge selection, and at these prices, you can't afford to miss this sale. If you've been thinking about buying a new piano or organ, now is the time. Get to one of Darrell's 3 convenient locations in Nashua, Concord, or Portsmouth. Christmas in July won't last long, so get to Darrell's Music Hall now.
I say I mean business. I mean business. With my all-wood 5-piece bedroom package for only $7.99. Not just the triple dresser, shadow box mirror, and bookcase headboard. Because I mean business, I also include the nightstand. And because I really mean business, I also include the man-sized chest. A 5-piece, almost solid pine bedroom for only $7.99. At my Hoffman's Furniture, I mean business.
Think Dennis Rodman can't shoot? Think again. Dennis Rodman joins an elite fighting force.
He's headed right at you.
Called upon when all other options fail. No fear. No excuses. No bull.
Good choice in hardware.
SOF, Special Ops Force.
Kind of like the real thing, doesn't it?
In Special Ops, you either do or die.
Special Ops Force, Sunday at 6 on WNDS.
Whatever you do, don't blink. Real TV is the place to be, with amazing people and incredible events 5 times a week. If it's caught on tape anywhere in the world, you'll see it all right here. When it happens, as it happens. It's more than a chance to eyewitness the news. It's your chance to eyewitness life. Here on Real TV.
Weeknights at 7:30 on WNDS.
Joe Tavernese steps to the line. 5th frame, 3rd string. A 16-pin lead in the match. And a spread eagle. Buddy breaks up the spread eagle. Takes a 6-pin fill in the spare.
Just a moment, I'd like to mention the Stacia Zernike Memorial Invitational Pro Stop, which is coming up in January. So for those that might be interested, you'll need to write down an address, and I'll give you a chance to go get some pencil and paper and tell you about it here in just a couple of moments.
Joe Tavernese with a very difficult shot coming up, but some wood on the deck that could help him out.
1-7-8 in the 10.
There it goes. Gets a roar from the crowd here at Leda Lanes, and it is a great crowd on hand here today to watch this mixed doubles competition. Now Paul St Pierre fills the spare. Almost fills it with a strike. A 9-pin drop for St Pierre.
Couple of pieces of wood off to the left.
Missed the spare.
My. Picked the one piece of wood right out of the middle. I don't know how he did that without getting anything else. He'll be kicking himself for that for a while.
Tough miss for St Pierre right there. They need all the marks they can get. Follow that up, missing the head pin, breaking up the split, and leaving the 1-3 and the 10. And a spare for Paul St Pierre in the 6th frame. I want to tell you about the Kahala Chinese Restaurant and Lounge right next door to Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. They have a wonderful lunch buffet every Monday through Saturday from 11:45 to 2 p.m., just $5.95. And it's all you can eat, and it's a terrific selection of wonderful Chinese selections. And we enjoy going over there every time we come to tape at Leda Lanes. We'll be heading over there for lunch as we do each and every time our crew comes down here, as Debbie Scannell puts a spare on the board.
Adding to their lead.
The Kahala Chinese Restaurant and Lounge has a dinner buffet every Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. just $8.95. So after you watch Candlepin Stars and Strikes today, put everybody in the car and head on down to the Kahala Chinese Restaurant and Lounge right next door to Leda Lanes on Route 101A. It's Amherst Street, 350 Amherst Street in Nashua, New Hampshire. 889-5200 is the number, 889-5200. Another mark, $50 in the bank for Debbie Scannell in bonus money as they put the hammer down with a string of marks here in the third string. That's the fifth mark in the last 6 boxes, and they extend their advantage. You saw the look of frustration that time on Deb Regan's face.
Again, the ball going left of the head pin, as a number of them have.
Just missing that time.
The annual Stacia Zernicke Memorial Invitational takes place on January 9th and 10th. Now, as you watch the show for the first time on January 3rd, you have an opportunity to bowl in it if you like, or go check it out. It'll be at the Bowler-Mat in Beverly. A couple of different shifts on Saturday and Sunday. If you'd like to be a competitor, women, you need an average of at least 102, men 112. Must be at least 18 years of age. And you get more information, or at least register, by writing the WCBC at Post Office Box 636 in Reading, 01867 for the Stacia Zernicke Memorial Tournament coming up next weekend, January 9th and 10th.
Nice spare for Deb Regan right there in the 8th frame, matching the 8th frame spare put on the board by Debbie Scannell. And now we're headed into the final couple of boxes. 21 pins separating these two teams. Here's Joe Tavernese filling the spare with 9, trying to add to the bonus money. $50 in bonus money already. This is a $20 shot right here coming up.
Caught a nice break on it. The ball went pretty much to the left, but just enough of the head pin to swish everything around.
And that will not count. That'll be a 9 box for Tavernese as it went into the gutter before coming back to take the pin down. So the 9 box disrupts the string of marks. And that's right in the pocket.
The nasty 4-9 with no wood. Takes a really accurate cut shot to get this one.
Almost. They are at 133. 134 for Tavernese and Scannell. Well, Paul St Pierre needs 50 pins in the final 2 boxes. He needs to mark here, then he needs a double strike. Well, there's the mark.
There's the easy part. Best they can do without a mark would be to tie this match, this game.
Almost cut it over. Great effort by St Pierre.
Scratching his head again. Got robbed. It appeared to be perfectly placed.
They are at 134. The third string ends in a deadlock, but the match belongs to Scannell and Tavernese by 15 pins. We'll come back to meet our bowlers in just a moment as we continue from Leda Lanes on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV.
Toyota's Great Summer Sales Event, where you can drive a new Toyota Camry, America's best-selling car, for just $229 a month, or combine cash back with an extra value package and save up to $1,000 on an LE. Or get a great summer deal now on a Camry CE and save up to $1,500. Now's the time to see your New England Toyota dealer.
It's a great time for driving a new Toyota, and here comes the one.
The great summer sales event ends August 2nd.
Park is the one for family fun.
Excitement out for the fun. Whalen Park, it's for everyone.
We spent the entire day riding the rides instead of waiting in long lines.
Hassle-free family fun.
Les Annables from Boston.
Great for the family, it's one of a kind. Whalen Park, for a whale of a time.
There's an advanced medical procedure going on here at this clinic. It's called microsurgical hair transplantation. If you're a man or a woman suffering from a hair loss problem, now you can receive free information and find out about the medical procedures available for hair loss that may grow your own hair back. This is an actual client who's had microsurgery. This is his own real growing hair. Under the direction of a medical doctor, microsurgical hair transplantation allows us to literally transplant your own hair to other balding or thinning areas. Microsurgical hair transplantation may be the answer for you. Find out by calling for free information now.
Do something now. Take the first step and call New England Associates for free information on the medical and non-medical solutions available. Call now.
The team of Joe Tavernese and Debbie Scannell have won their second match in a row as they defeat Paul St Pierre and Deb Regan 379 to 364. Tavernese and Scannell have found a little bit of a groove.
Boy, they are on a roll. They were down behind the 8-ball after the first game, but Regan and St Pierre came back and things flip-flopped in the third game with a tie match. So it was advantage Scannell Tavernese.
All right, let's meet the runners up here this afternoon, and a check for $175 to Deb Regan and Paul St Pierre. Deb will pass that on to you. You'll be in charge of that. We have $50 in bonus money as well. And let's reach the mic across first to Deb Regan and talk about the match. And it's a seesaw thing. You got ahead early, but couldn't hold on to the lead. What happened? Tough question, huh?
You don't really want me to talk. I don't know. It's the way my ball's been working this way for about 6 months, and it just makes me more frustrated, so then it's worse for me. Just nothing we can do about it. We threw a nice ball.
The nature of the game, Paul, is just up and down. It's like a roller coaster at times.
Well, we were just punching out in that second string. We weren't getting any extra pins to fall, and that's the match right there.
It doesn't take much between a spread eagle and a pocket shot. It's a game of millimeters, not inches.
And especially in this house.
In this house. And thank you very much. We wish to see you again. Best wishes. Paul St Pierre and Deb Regan, our runners up here this afternoon. And now it'll be Debbie Scannell coming up for the bonus ball contest, and Debbie will bowl the ball in lane 33. And we will see if we can match it up with a winner from a card sent in by one of you to the bonus ball contest. She got a 4, same as Joe last week. It's a 4. Let's see if we can match it up with a 4. Michael Moran will reach in and we'll pull out a postcard and let's see what we've got. Another close one, but not quite. This is Arthur Baker from North Andover, Massachusetts, and Arthur selected 5, a consolation prize for Arthur Baker, and 10 free strings of bowling to Gene Dill of Phillipston, Massachusetts, the second card pulled from the bin. And let's say hello again to Debbie Scannell and Joe Tavernese.